Here it is, brand new Wyze Cam. This is the V4. Better image quality, better colors, better color night vision, and a whole bunch of other cool new features. I'm gonna unbox this and show you what comes inside the new Wyze Cam V4. Tech it before you wreck it. What's up, geeks? I'm Kirk, and here's the new Wyze Cam V4. Now, if you're just trying to find out where to buy this thing, I've got those links down in the description, so I'll shortcut you to that. They say this new model has a better image sensor, better color night vision, it's got a built-in LED light, as well as the IR night vision lights. But it's a long time coming. It's been 3 years since the previous Wyze Cam V3 came out, although there was the OG model that came out in between, so I think this is really the successor to the OG model in many ways. So my full review is posted on this channel as well. You can check that out. But in the meantime, we're gonna open up the box to get our first look at the camera and show you what comes inside the box of the new Wyze Cam V4. Let's take this to the table. The newest from Wyze, right here in my hand. Here it is, the Wyze Cam V4. It's a 2.5K color night vision indoor-outdoor camera. If you're not familiar with Wyze, man, I remember when they first came out with the first Wyze Cam and people couldn't believe it. It was a $20 Wi-Fi home security camera. It wasn't waterproof. It didn't have color night vision. A lot of the features have really progressed over the years. So it's cool to see where they are now. Version 4, and this really isn't the 4th version. They've had some other versions along the way. They've had the OG model that came out. They've had the motion cam model that came out. They've had the multiple floodlight cameras that have come out. But this is back to the basics, the original Wyze Cam version 4. You can see on the front of the box here, it's got a light built into it in addition to the infrared lights. In fact, when we talk about specs here, I'll briefly touch on some of the specs, and one of them I think is important. There are 4 infrared lights built in, and then you've got 2 white spotlight LEDs. They say it puts out about 72 lumens of light. That's what you see right there. Of course, the infrared lights are for when you're using normal night vision in the dark. On the side here, Wyze Cam V4, 2.5K color night vision, indoor power adapter. This is all the stuff that comes in the box. So you get a power adapter, the USB cable, the wall plate, the mounting tape, the screw kit, and the quick start guide. Also talks about the different apps it works with. If you've used it before, then you know the Wyze Cams work with Google Home, they work with Amazon Alexa, they can work with If This Then That, and of course there's a Wyze app that controls everything Wyze makes for the most part, for the iPhone and for Android. On the back here, we've got a picture of it mounted on the wall. It looks a lot like the original Wyze Cams, just upgraded. It still has that iconic square shape. Night as clear as day with color night vision. Now this is not a new feature, but they're saying this is the best color night vision they've ever actually sold. Plus, this one has a built-in spotlight when you need to see more. So what it's gonna do is you can have it motion sensitive, so it turns on the spotlight when it senses motion or something along those lines. You can also have it announce things to the person. So it's kind of a security camera in addition to just being a Wi-Fi camera, which is nice. So it's combining some of the features of the floodlight that they've already done in the floodlight models and combining that with the standard camera. I think it's super cool. Wyze is going through some of the features on the side here. Just talked about color night vision, the 2.5K resolution. What exactly does 2.5K mean? That was my question, right? Because what exactly is 2.5K? Well, it's 2,560 pixels by 1,440 pixels. That's what they call 2.5K. IP65 weather resistant, so you can put this thing outside or inside and it'll resist the weather, the rain, the snow, such like that. Integrated spotlight, talked about that. 2-way audio, so you can talk to people who are on the camera. Maybe if it's on your porch and someone stops by, you can talk to them. 24/7 recording if you add a micro SD card. And I want to point this out because this is really important. Wyze is one of the very few major Wi-Fi webcam companies that still let you put a memory card into the camera and record locally. And for a lot of us, that's really important. Sure, they've got their cloud subscription, but recording locally is totally different and something a lot of us like having the backup for. Motion and sound detection, instant notifications on your phone, remote live streaming so you can look at it on your phone when you're not home, and then it talks about some of the subscription features. View in camera in browser, the pet, person and vehicle detection, and full-length event recording in the cloud. On the other side, we're back to the front now. Not much going on the bottom, and on the front, just the Wyze logo. So you know what this means. It is time to get out the knife and slice this baby open. Let's do it. Nice little box. I mean, if you know the cameras, the Wyze cameras, they're not all that big. And so they really pack this in here pretty tight. Something fell out. What is that? Oh, that's my quick start guide. Let's take a quick look at the quick start guide. Pretty simple instructions here, and one of the big changes with the new Wyze Cam is that what they're gonna do is they're gonna let you sync it up with Bluetooth instead of using the QR code on the phone. That was how you connected it before. So they've got a newer mode. Some of the newer cameras have already had that, but that's included in this one as well. Let's pop this out of the box. Man, everything really is packed tight in here. Let's just get everything out, lay it out, and go through it one by one so we can show you what comes inside the actual box. All right, so what do we have here? Well, first of all, let's look at this. This is the charging brick that you're gonna use to, excuse me, not a charging brick, but the power brick that you're gonna use. It's a simple USB brick. And not much has changed. It's very similar to what we saw with the original Wyze cams. You can see the voltage and amperage information, all that kind of stuff there. 5 volts, what does it say? 1000 milliamps. So there you go, pretty basic USB power adapter. We've got some screws, some mounting screws, and some drywall anchors as well. Next, something they've always included with these, you can actually screw this onto a wall and use this to mount the camera because it actually has magnets on the bottom. I'll show you that in a second. And you also have a double-sided 3M kind of sticky tape thing. You can use that for mounting purposes as well. And then you get a USB cable, and this is a USB, is that micro USB? Wow. I'm really surprised to see them still using micro USB when everybody has changed over to USB-C. I gotta be honest, that's a little bit of a bummer. I can't imagine why they wouldn't be using USB-C. That's very much the standard right now. But this is a 6-foot long USB cable to plug power into the camera itself. Now let's pop this cardboard piece off and see what the camera looks like. Here we go. There's the new camera, the Wyze Cam V4. Ooh, we've got some plastic to peel off. You know we always love this moment, your moment of zen. There it is. Don't you love that? Pretty cool looking lens in the front here, this big circular design. The circle within the square, kind of a design that they've had since the beginning. And this mount, this kind of hinged little stand here, is very similar design to what we had on V1, V2, V3, and now V4. And I'll talk about that mounting. Usually this is magnetic. So you can see there's a magnet in the base. So you can simply screw this to where you want to put the camera, and then it'll magnetize right to that. And it's a really strong magnet, to be honest. It'll hold the camera. You also have a standard mounting screw hole in the bottom of the camera. You can see some of the specs there on the bottom. You've got a screw if you want to actually take this mount off. You can, I believe, do that. I've never actually done that. A speaker on the back. So this is the little cable that sticks out from the camera itself, and this is where you plug the power adapter in. So the nice thing is that this is hardwired in for water seal purposes, and this is obviously a little bit of a gasket for water purposes, but you could add a 20-foot USB cable if you wanted to. Again, not USB-C. I'm really surprised. It's a micro USB power plug on the back of this thing. So size-wise, it's very similar to previous Wyze cams. You've got your LED lights there. You've got your IR lights on the side here, and then the lens in the middle there. And you can get a better look at kind of what the lens looks like because it's got some of the specs on there. It's a 4 megapixel sensor. You see the Wyze name at the top, and that's it. This is kind of what I would expect from a V4 Wyze Cam. You get improved specs, but a very similar format to what we've seen before. I like the addition of the spotlight, something we've seen with some of their other cameras. It's nice to see the spotlight in the V4. That's a nice touch. You've got a better sensor. That's a big deal. They say the low light, the color night vision sensor is better than before. 2.5K. In terms of performance, you're gonna get Wi-Fi 6, which makes a big difference to see that on the V4 camera, but you're still only gonna get 20 frames per second during the day and 15 frames per second at night. I'm not sure if that's a hardware limitation or if that's a bandwidth limitation or exactly why they do that, but you're not getting a full 30 frames per second even during the day with this. So just a heads up if that's something you care about. I do want to show you on the bottom here, this is the same as with previous models. You've got a setup button there, and then you've got a little gasket here, a rubber gasket piece that will open up to allow you to put that micro SD card in the bottom of the camera there. You don't need that. You can use cloud storage, and a lot of people do. But if you want local storage, and maybe you don't want to pay for the cloud storage, which is relatively cheap, but if you don't want to pay for the cloud storage, that's a good option. It can record 24/7, and that'll continue and then loop depending on how big your memory card is. There you go, the Wyze Cam V4, the newest camera just out from Wyze. An in-depth unboxing for you. What do you guys think? What do you want to know about the Wyze Cam V4? Throw a comment below. And if you want to see my full review, you can catch that on the channel as well. I go more in-depth on some of the features, and I test out the video. So you can see the quality of video that comes from this camera compared to the previous Wyze Cam OG model. So check that out. That's on the channel. Make sure you subscribe for a lot of cool new tech videos, unboxings, reviews, just geeky stuff that we all love here on Tech It Before You Wreck It. I'm Kirk.